Thank you for having me. And the first thing you should know is that Dreamit is unbelievable. We came through Dreamit literally when we had not even a logo. We had the color orange, which has served us well, and literally that stuck with us, but everything else has pretty much changed. And Dreamit put us on the right track. David, Steve, Mike helped us understand exactly what we need to do. And since then, we went into Dreamit. We got the seed money they gave us. We raised around 2 months ago $15 million at north of $100 million valuation. And it's been a hell of a rocket ship. And literally all got started at Dreamit. And it's been unbelievable. So with that, I want to walk you through some fun things, and then hopefully get to meet a bunch of you. And if I can be helpful, let me know how I can. And can everyone hear me all right? By the way, I'm probably going to wander as opposed to stand near the mic, but it'll sound weird. So first thing is, the best thing about Dreamit is they tell you all sorts of amazing things. So what I wanted to do with 10 minutes is tell you a bunch of borrowed or stolen knowledge that I collected over the 3 months that I was at Dreamit. Some really useful things which will hopefully be valuable for you as well. First, quick introduction, the boring parts, because everyone has to go through this. I went to Noble and Greenough. That's my only degree, so I have to mention it. I graduated high school. It was awesome. I attended Princeton University, which is a wonderful way of saying that I only made it through a year. But they teach you everything important at Princeton in the first year anyways. The rest is basically wearing orange and knowing how to type right. So figure that out. And I'm from Boston. SCVNGR is actually based up in Boston, but we're up and down from New York and Philadelphia all the time. More interestingly, I founded my first company, Giftopedia, when I was 12. I had a team of engineers working with me out of Bangalore. It failed gloriously. The thing was a complete bomb, but that's okay. My second company, Postcard Tech, I did when I was 17, set up a factory in Hong Kong and had them cranking out these CD postcards, which I shipped to my distribution center in Boston, which was also known as my parents' house, and they would ship them around the country, and that one did okay. And the third one is SCVNGR, which is ideally becoming an epic win. We're sort of in progress. And I like kitesurfing and windsurfing and cycling, so if any of you doing companies want to do something super fun and crazy and slightly risky, let me know, and we'll go kitesurfing, and it'll be fun. Quick plan. I had to create a slide deck on time, did that, say hello, disclaimer that most of this information is borrowed from other people, and if you see something that I borrowed that's yours, let me know, and thank you for the insight. And then some interesting things, and we'll go in the right direction. So, 2 fun quotes. The first thing you're going to need to know is that you should become obsessed. If you're doing a company, it's okay to become obsessed. Don't worry about work-life balance. It's not true. It's a fairy tale. It's over. Your next 3 months, you're doing only one thing. Any good entrepreneur walks a fine line between obsession, addiction, and a psychopathic inability to think of anything else. I don't know who said that. If it's you, thank you. But do that. It's awesome. You really want to get absolutely addicted to what you're doing. It's unbelievable. It's the best ride of your life, and there will be time for other things later. For now, don't worry about it. The second one, which is also unknown, is fuck statistics. This is one of the most useful things that anyone will ever say to you, and repeat it to yourself over and over and over. Maybe not in polite company, but in non-polite company, repeat this to yourself. I did a bunch of research before I went to Dreamit, and as I was going to Dreamit, I turned down a job at a VC turned down in a very excited way, but to go to Dreamit. And I looked at the numbers, and if you look at the numbers of doing a startup, it's actually an insane thing to do. If you look at the numbers, it's almost a guaranteed resolution that you will fail. There's no way around it. So fuck statistics, because they'll always make you sad. And so don't look at them. I love numbers, but I don't like statistics, so just ignore them. Don't take yourself too seriously. I don't take myself too seriously. SCVNGR is now a big company. We're doing a lot of revenue. We've got 1.5 million players. We've got 2,500 enterprise clients from Coke to the US Navy, and we still don't take ourselves too seriously. Business cards are for tools. That includes me. I printed up this business card before we went to Dreamit, and I was really proud. Look, it says I'm CEO and founder. I have an address and everything. I have a logo. It was really nice. This is the card I've been using ever since. Pick a fun title. CEO is sort of lame. No one negotiates against ninjas. It's been the most useful negotiating tactic I've ever had. You hand people a card that says you're a ninja. They start looking behind them. They wonder how you got into the room. It's like don't take yourself too seriously. It's gonna be your life. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be tiring. It's gonna be amazing, and you might as well have fun with it because you can, and that'll make it so much better. So that's one thing. flying monkeys, lightsaber iPhone apps, get toys. You're going to have an office environment. You guys have the luxury of having a shared office environment, which was maybe one of the most useful things Dreamit provided to me, was the ability to interact and be with all sorts of other fun people. So make it fun. If you've got toys, bring them in. If you've got the lightsaber iPhone app, break out and have a midday battle. There's no reason not to. We still do it with clients in the room, with our board and VCs in the room. It's very fun. And the AR drone, this is my request to you, David. You need to buy an AR drone for the office. It's a remote-controlled quadricopter with a front-facing video camera and a downward-facing video camera that you fly from your iPhone or Android, and you can maneuver it through the building and land it on people's desks. It's amazing. They also pay me 10 cents to say that everywhere I go. Other important thing, if you'll bear with me for a moment, I would like to show you a slide of the average rainfall over the Amazon basin. You should also learn how to negotiate. Negotiating over Facebook is really important. Negotiating is, it's one of those skills that I think sort of stopped evolving around the time of Sun Tzu. People kind of figured it out and said, that's how we're going to do it. Negotiating these days is very different. You need to be able to negotiate over Facebook. If a VC pokes you, this is super important. Don't poke them back. I don't know what that means, but I think it's a sign of weakness. And it happens to me on a near daily basis that I get poked by VCs. Just don't go there. It's just wrong. It's also not helpful for negotiating. Second thing is pick a number, any number. At some point, you're going to have to raise more money. And you're going to have to raise money where you have to negotiate against them. Dreamit does an amazing thing where it's the same thing, and whatever Dreamit takes is worth it, right? They took their standard from SCVNGR, and it's been the best investment we've ever made. Every other person who wants to give you money, you've got to push them like hell to give you as much money as they possibly can for as little as you can possibly give them. And the fun thing you're going to learn is that VCs don't know your business all that well either. You know your business pretty well. They don't know your business at all, and so you just pick a number. This company, SCVNGR, we've raised money 3 times now, and the first round we went to a bunch of VCs and we said, here is SCVNGR, I love this company deeply, how much is it worth to you? And they told us, and we raised money at that. In the second round we went to Google and a bunch of other companies and we said, here is SCVNGR, I love this company deeply, and it's probably worth between $10 and $20 million maybe, and they went the lower end of that range. And the third round, we went to 20 VCs and we said, here's this company, I love it deeply, and it's worth $100 million, and we will accept absolutely nothing less, and we're raising $15 million, you have 7 days, we'll see you soon. And it works like a charm. It's unbelievable. I got asked, this is my favorite story from the round, I got asked by either Sequoia or Khosla or one of the people we didn't end up taking money from. They said, so how did you get to the $100 million value number? And I said, well, because it has 9 digits. And they said, really? Are you insane? I said, are you suggesting 100 million has fewer than 9 digits? and they sort of stare at you for a moment, and then they break because they don't know what they're doing either. And I say either, and that gives it away. I don't know what I'm doing either. But I'm doing it, I'm having a great time with it, and that's what's important. And the thing is, our revenue numbers are through the roof, and we've been blowing away projections on everything, and so it is really valuable, but it's very hard to actually value a company intrinsically. So this is your life, this is something that you care about. Don't let someone else tell you how much you're worth. You tell them, and you might be wrong, but the worst thing that happens is they say no, and there are way more VCs than there are of anything else. So just go to a different one, it's fine. By the way, that last statement is half not intended to be a factual statement. I'm not sure if there are more VCs than anything else, but there are certainly lots of them. The other fun one is holidays. This most recent round, the guy we ended up taking money from, Boulderton Capital, a major European venture firm, the way they won was they sent us the term sheet the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And they're from Europe, so they don't celebrate Thanksgiving, and they knew that every other VC was celebrating Thanksgiving and would have to scramble and would totally ruin their Thanksgiving, or they wouldn't be able to bid on the deal appropriately, and they won. And this is a great tactic for you as well. If you need to, to do something, try and negotiate over holidays. I'm Jewish, so we have a holiday like every other day, and I make them up. So happy Shalmech Lachacha, and it's today, and it's useful, and it's a holiday, and so you can always use that for whatever you want. Everything has holidays. The second thing, or I don't know, number 1, they're labeled, but they're all labeled useful thing 1. So much for PowerPoint indexing things. Decisions are tough. the thing that took me a while to learn is that decisions are incredibly tough, and I got this quote from Joe Caruso, who says he got it from Roger Enrico, so it's from one of them. But when you're faced with a decision, the best thing is to do the right thing, the next best thing is to do the wrong thing, and the worst thing is to do nothing. And this is a really powerful statement that it's taken me, I maybe still don't fully understand it, but it's very useful that you're going to be faced with tough questions. Should you go with Dreamit or Y Combinator or take a job at General Catalyst? Should you become a dropout or go to grad school because that's what your Jewish mother wants you to do? Should you take venture money or angel money or no money, Google Ventures or not, stay local in the States, go international? These are all really tough decisions, and what I used to find myself doing, and I think a lot of companies find themselves doing, is thinking a lot about these decisions. And the truth of the matter is, the best thing is to do it right. It's okay to do it wrong, it's terrible to do nothing. So definitely think about things and then just do something. And you know, you're always at least at the second best spot with that. Back to more fun things. Good rule of business: when other people don't pay you, it's unacceptable. If you can get away not paying other people, that's good cash flow management. And it's really, really powerful. So we now pay rent, you know, are in the position to be able to do that. But for a long time, we didn't pay rent because we rented one office at a shared office space in Boston, and they made this fatal flaw where the walls didn't go quite up to the ceiling. It was sort of loft space, and they went up to like 1 foot below the ceiling. And if you're flexible and not afraid to die, you can sort of crawl over and unlock the doors from the inside. And we paid for 60 square feet and used 1,500, 1,600 square feet, because every morning I just hop over the walls and unlock the door from the inside and then do it the next day, and it was wonderful. And I'm not suggesting you hop over walls, but that type of thing, you know, cash is very useful. The person who gave this type of talk when I was doing Dreamit was, and I'm totally blanking on her name, help me out. Go, cash is king? Lucinda Holt, who is an amazing person. And she said one thing over and over and over, and she said, cash is king, cash is king, cash is king. And she's right, cash is king. So if you don't have to part with your cash, don't. Put off everything as long as you can. You're going to find it useful. It's a good thing to have around. Before I go on this slide, are there any VCs in the audience? Are you easily offended?
No.
Okay, then we'll go on this slide. Do your back scavenger? No, So if VCs had any brains, they would be entrepreneurs. I spend a lot of time talking to VCs. I actually love our VCs. Every time I meet my VCs, they've lost weight and they're better looking. So they're really good people. But they do stupid things sometimes, and you will find that they will both make your life great and make your life hell. And luckily, you guys aren't at that stage yet. But Dreamit is such a good program that in 3 months you're going to go from concept to product to first sales to actually being ready to raise money. And then you're going to be put in some really fun situations, and you've got the Dreamit advisors and your mentors to help you out. But you'll get fun things like, and I don't know if anyone here can tell me the difference between broad-based weighted average anti-dilution and full ratchet anti-dilution. It's some crazy series of terms, and you'll get these things which literally sound like they're in Gaelic, and they don't make any sense. But they'll do fun things like that. Our first financing was a 1,400-page legal binder. We raised $715,000. Our most recent financing, we raised $15 million, and it was like scrawled on the back of a napkin. So they do sort of silly things sometimes. The best part is, in doing the first deal, and I still do this, Scavenger indemnified Highland Capital against any nuclear waste that might be produced in the course of us doing business. Now, for those of you, maybe you're familiar with Scavenger, maybe you're not. We're a mobile gaming company. We make apps. Like, there is no nuclear waste coming out of our business ever. But they're indemnified, so they'll do silly things, and don't worry about it. A lot of VCs used to be entrepreneurs. They're a little bit tired now. You're entrepreneurs. You've got the energy, and we can really play the game a lot harder. So roll with that and have fun with it. The last thing, or maybe the last thing. Yes, it is the last thing. Sweet. The last thing is that there's a difference between being arrogant and actually being right, and I truly can't tell, but I've been told that this is true, and I believe them, and I have a lot of fun with this type of thing, and Scavenger's doing very well, and certainly we're very confident in our own opinions, but there is a difference. Sometimes you really do need to listen to other people, and sometimes you don't, and you just need to do it. And the beauty of Dreamit is you've got 3 months to figure out where that balance lies for you, and it's different for everybody. And you've got the best mentors around. You've got incredible founders of Dreamit here to help you. You've got an incredible support network. You've got people who will become your best friends to help you out. And so sometimes you are actually right, and sometimes you really need to be told to belong by other people and listen. And And hopefully you guys will get to the point where you can tell when faster than I have. I'm still not there, but it's super useful. And that is the last thing I will leave you with. So, okay, thanks, bye. And if I can be useful to any of you, I'm easily findable on the internet. I'm seth@scavenger.com. You'll find all Dreamit alumni. You know, we're really fans of Dreamit. They've done incredible things for us, and so we're there to help. So have a phenomenal summer. And yeah, thanks for having me.